Action, comedy, drama, tragedy, everything that you want from one innings you have got in Delhi's batting and Punjab's bowling in the first half of this second game, which is Delhi and Punjab. KL Rahul winning the toss, putting Delhi into bat. He would have loved that decision for most of Delhi's innings. But in the last three, Marcus Stoinis just taking this game away from Punjab. Well, to a certain degree, they're still at 157, so you may be going, hang on, how much has he taken the game away? Well, they got 57 in the last 3 overs, so he's really sort of done something special for them. You're watching My 11 Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Harsha Bhogle and Joy Bhattacharjya. Harsha, my goodness, how good were the fireworks? I know the game is happening in Dubai and you're in Abu Dhabi, but could you hear the fireworks from Marcus Stoinis?
Incredible, isn't it? I mean, you know, Marcus Stoinis first came to attention when he scored a ridiculous century in a 50-over game for Australia against New Zealand. Everyone said, wow, Stoinis. And he never did that again. And there he was using deliveries, getting out. That's what we talked about before the start. And we said if he has to have at number 6, where he's got better prospects than at number 3, he's got to show he can. Didn't he show he could? And I'll tell you what, he'll be sitting in that dressing room, he'll be quietly just a bit pissed off, saying, if I had known it was a no ball, I wouldn't have run. I would have given myself another shot. So while largely of going to the third umpire for a no ball is good, and I'm much in favor of it, it throws up situations like these where he could have got the extra delivery. But don't take that away from an innings that has allowed Delhi Kings, that has allowed Delhi and get a toe in when for most of the day the door was shut in their face.
At the end of 17 overs, they were 100. If you would have told them at that point in time that you will get to 157 Joy, they would have grabbed it with both hands and both legs.
Oh, absolutely. This is, it's like a tale of 2 innings. 17 overs one way, 3 overs the other. It's also a tale of 2 different bowling attacks. So basically you have a situation where Krishnappa Gautam has gone for about 9.8, okay? Chris Jordan has gone for 14, okay? And the other bowlers between them have barely gone. I mean, Bishnoi has gone at, look at Bishnoi, he's gone at less than 4 and over, less than 6 and over. This one has gone at 6 and over exactly, and Shami has gone at what, 3.8? It's just amazing. This is 2 very different innings. 2 bowlers have somehow not got it right, and the other 3 have just screamed it for them. And interesting, the only thing is that, when you look at a total, here's the most interesting thing about it. You look at a total, you say 157, you say, not bad. Punjab would have taken 157 and said, I can chase this. 157, after the circumstances where Delhi was, makes it completely different. So if you know the story of the game, it's not about 157. It's about them reaching 157 from where they were. And that means that I feel is such a game of momentum that Delhi will go in with their tails definitely up and they'll come out charging,
Yeah, I mean, it really is. If you look at those bowling, if you look at the bowling analysis, it's weird because one end was tight and the other end was leaking. It's almost like Joy. It's almost like eating a kathi roll without the foil at the bottom, right? You've got the top end you're taking care of, and it's leaking from the bottom. All the good stuff's falling out. Yeah.
I love it. You brought a kathi roll into this. I am so glad. I was going to use one like schizophrenic, but kathi roll is so much better. You cracked it.
I've got this lovely hot drink I was having, and your kathi roll has gone all the wrong places. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, what a weird set of bowling figures those are. And how late can you go? How late is late? It's like in the movies. The train is about to get off, but the hero is still having his cup of coffee because he knows the train has started. I mean, 17 overs, 100, you're gone, right? 130 is a very good score from there. But these days, batsmen just end.
Yeah, and in fact, you're talking about train. I think that Shami did a lot of training in this lockdown because he has hit the ground running like nobody's business. I mean, you look at fast bowlers getting the most affected in a lockdown. Not him, not Shami. The rhythm, the way he came in, the way he was troubling, he was making them dance. He was DJ Shami today, wasn't he, Joy?
Yeah, he was DJ Shami. 2 points. One is Shami himself, the kind of wickets he got. Just see the kind of wickets he got. He got batsmen nervous with a slower ball, with a faster ball, put them on the back foot with a bouncer, then gave them a ball to hit. Two of the wickets that he got were of slower deliveries. He's disguising it very well. If you see his length, and they showed the length during the game, he didn't try the Yorker at all. He knew his strength was just short of a length or just length. He never bowled in what they call the slot. Not at all in the slot. The other thing is that you have to say that we've just seen 3 teams so far, but this Kings 11 team so far looks the fittest team of all the teams that we've seen on the ground. I mean, we are, understandably, the people are rusty and they're, trying to get their bodies back in shape. This Kings 11 team looked sharp on the field. They didn't look bad at all. Until Stoinis took them apart, they looked really good.
And one more thing, Harsha, you're talking about Shami just a second, talking about his fitness. There was also that one hit in the 18th over, and how small things make a difference. There was one hit in the 18th over, Chris Jordan. There was Mohammad Shami, who was fielding at long on, turned a definite 2 into a 1 with a gun throw, which meant that Stoinis did not get to face the next 3 balls against Jordan. It's these small things that can really make a difference.
They can, and we saw that yesterday with that one hit of both 6th over that suddenly changed the way Chennai were batting. So these things can make a difference. Also, so important what happens all of the 19th over, because you have to get your gun batsman in strike at the start of the 20th and see what happens there. Suddenly, you get 30 runs last over, and poor Chris Jordan's thinking, hang on, I thought I was playing a different cricket match. This is turned out to be completely different. But Shami bowled like he was. How good was that bouncer? I know you can't bowl a second bouncer, and so the umpires will call it no ball. But how good was that bouncer that just went zoop like that? It was fantastic. So I don't mind bowling an extra ball, but I'm going to tell them, look, this is me and this is you.
Well, Andy, we're talking about Stoinis, and Stoinis, of course, launched from where he was and turned Jordan into Air Jordan with all those sixes. But let's also we'll take a laugh break here.
I know that's one dividend he doesn't want. That's one dividend he doesn't want. Michael Jordan is
But let's talk about the guys who put the runway in place for Stoinis to take off. Because remember, when you're just barely in your teens and you've lost 3 wickets, you've lost your top order, Rishabh and Shreyas come in. Shreyas, captain, you expect this from him. Rishabh tried his best. There was the few sort of dancing around, falling over, hitting a sweep, 1 bounce 4. He was trying to be cute and stuff, but the fact is, they got a 73-run partnership in at a time when the team could not have needed it more. I mean, they really did, didn't they?
No, absolutely. They could have got out for 100. They could have got out for 90, 95, 100. This game was effectively over.
And the Delhi team has done that, and they've done it against Punjab last year. So, bad dreams.
Yeah, absolutely bad dreams. No, they got them through. I mean, I was impressed by 2 things. I was impressed by Shreyas Iyer's calm, and he was really calm. And finally, when he got out because, Shami was bowling so well. But Shreyas was very calm, controlled, knew what he was doing. Rishabh controlled himself well, and he was getting frustrated against Ravi Bishnoi. Finally got out to him, but those things can happen. But that was a fascinating duel out there. 2 young players, both of them taking a lot of responsibility. There's Ravi Bishnoi, there's Rishabh Pant. And finally, Bishnoi gets in. But the amount of work, I can tell you that, say, a Bishnoi has done with his analysts and maybe somebody like a Kumble to say, what are the lengths I'm going to bowl to Rishabh Pant? Have a look at that. If you look at that pitch map, he's bowling everything wide of off and he's bowling it, turning it away. That means he's bowling the googly every time. Why? Because he doesn't want to give Rishabh Pant anything in the body. He knows that Rishabh has a strength and he has that falling sweep that he does to hit the ball anywhere on the leg side. He just didn't give him that all day. And it was these little duels, that's the greatest part. It's never an 11-11 game. It's a 2-on-2, 1-on-1, sometimes 3-on-3. This fielder, these 2 fielders, this bowler and this batsman, And those are the fascinating duels of the game.
Well, we look at the Punjab lineup and you go 158, you back them to get that 158. We'll pull out their batting order here just a second. Yes, they're not taking momentum with them because Delhi really snatched it from them in the last 3 overs. But you look down that lineup, Harsha, you'd back them, 11 days out of 10 to get 158.
Loads of batting there, but I'm just going to steal a couple of minutes, a minute and a half from you about Ravi Bishnoi.
Yeah.
because hopefully he won't need to bat and handle himself. But I saw him bowl in the Under-19 World Cup. Sometimes you just get the sense these bowlers look ready. And there were lots of other names talked about. They just would not pick him for the Under-19 state side. Just would not pick him. And suddenly he's told, sorry, 12th standard exam, come back. But Rajasthan Royals. And the Rajasthan Royals scouts look at him and say, where have you come from? And he was spotted bowling in the Rajasthan Royals nets. I saw him in the Under-19 World Cup. I got big guns were showing. I got the impression he was much quicker in the Under-19 World Cup. I like the fact that he was letting it go a little bit. Once he gets a leg break, if he can get a good leg break, or if he gets a leg break. Because remember, for a young kid, small town, unsure of his future, he's playing the IPL. But कहाँ मैं राजस्थान में जगह नहीं मिल रही थी वहां यहाँ suddenly मैं IPL खेल रहा हूँ. And then he held himself well. I like the temperament and the ability.
Well, the thing is, if you're a spinner in India and you've got Ravi in your name and Bish in your name, you're destined to do well, aren't you? You've got two of the greatest. All right, so Joy, your call. We'll have a look at the Delhi bowling as well. The Delhi bowling will also have their tails up. I mean, if you're captain, you probably have Marcus Stoinis saying, it's my day, give me the ball as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether you need to, but see, they have genuine pace up front. And here, look at one of the things that you have to see, that once the Punjab guys Delhi got himself into a tangle, what they did was they targeted Gautam. And then they later targeted Chris Jordan, but they targeted Gautam. Here, they've got to look at it and they're going to turn around and say, we're going to take on Mohit Sharma. With those two fast bowlers, the two international fast bowlers, we'll hit the bad ball, but we're not going to take them on because, Rabada has bowled 5 of the 10 fastest balls in IPL history. 5 of the 10 fastest balls have been bowled by Rabada. So we are not going to try and take on Rabada. If he gives us a bad ball, we'll hit it. But they're going to look at it and say, Mohit Sharma, we have to hit, because see, Ashwin will not give us much. Akshar is tight, so we'll try and attack Akshar. Ashwin is a good bowler. They will target specific bowlers because they need to do it, because if they don't do that, if they don't have that game plan that they're going to attack specific bowlers, at least 3 of these 4 or 5 bowlers are very, very impressive. They're not going to give them much.
Well, the bowling, Harsha, your thoughts on the Delhi bowling?
Lot of experience. First of all, a lot of experience. A lot of pace. I don't know how the track will play after 20 overs have been bowled on it, but if there's anything quick, Nokia just slips past 140. Some people puff their way past 140. Nokia slips past 140. So he's capable. But as we know, at this level, sometimes the faster you bowl, the faster you go. You'll have to bowl very cleverly. And I like what Joy is saying about Mohit Sharma, because the two spinners are very experienced spinners. And the Stoinis, who's only a 6th bowler, bowls a heavy ball. He bowls quicker than you think he is. So they have the bowling now. 21-30 udhar nahi hai. They have the bowling now. I think it could well be 50-50 from here. No, little more Kings. 60-40.
Excellent. 60-40. Well, listen, all of us got our score prediction wrong. I think Joy, Harsha would have been the closest, right? You were 170 odd, but anyway, no, I got to it. So what we do is, we'll do it again. We can do it again. There's no problem. We can do it again. Let's do my 11 circle badge of honor. How do we do it again? Let's do power play scores, right? How much does Punjab get in the power play?
How much does Punjab get in the power play?
44.
48.
44, 48, Joy.
40.
40, 44, 48. Done. I think we've got it covered. We should have it covered, because either way, if we don't have it covered, this is a done game, right? Either way, if we don't have it covered, it's a done game. Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, that's all we have time for. We're going to go now. We're going to see you at the end of the game. It's definitely going to be a cracker. Much to talk about. You were watching My 11 Circle Presents Cricbuzz Live. We had Harsha Bhogle Joy Bhattacharjya here with us. I'm Gaurav Kapur. We will see you after the game.